I just wanted to tell people out there that I'm alright. I'm just on a diet of fried potatoes, and I feel that my mission is going well under all circumstances. I just want people to realise that I've stopped commenting back as much as I used to, and I'm not as around as I used to, but I'm sure that will change and that I'll get back into it. Yeah, maybe intersex is a natural state of being, whereas transsexual is the unnatural state of intersex. Could be possible. Just throwing it out there. Oh, and I saw a great video from Antique Lens, who has me blocked since she had Mad Changi blocked as well. But since she's had Mad Changi unblocked, she hasn't had me unblocked. And I'd like to be unblocked only if Antique Lens wants to have me in their virtual life, because I really appreciated their video about gender roles and children. Very important thing. That's what also leads me to that statement I gave you there after the 35-second mark. I've still got a cold, still shoveling snot in my nose on a daily basis and getting it out. And, well, it's a killer, because I really was looking after myself this winter, and it just hits me at the end, you know. So well, what can I do? Got my coffee here. Nice cup of coffee. Lovely cup of coffee. Oh my god. I do love chocolate. I love sugar, sweets, things like that. Ice cream, and I mean, love it. And so this coffee is called Cafe Mocha, and I normally would buy a Cafe Mocha which would include chocolate. Oh, I just scratched my nose again. Yeah, and I've been watching a lot of my videos, by the way. That's why I'm not doing so many videos as well, because I'm watching my videos, and I scratch my nose in the hell of a lot of them. And body language, that is lying, by the way. If people don't have a nose irritation, they scratch their nose and they're saying something, they're generally lying. It's a mark, you know, it's not a definite, but it's a mark. You can pretty much tell if somebody's lying if they scratch their nose at crazy times. So I just want to say that my nose scratching is 78%. My nose irritates me. I stick my finger up my nose to get the hairs out of there, you know, like I pull the hairs out of my nose with my two fingers, and you know, I find it much easier to do it with my actual hands rather than instruments or tissues and stuff like that. And that's just the way it is for me. I you know, tissues irritate my nose, you know. I've got sensitive skin, and my nose is a huge irritation. And in fact, my father sticks a whole cotton bud up his complete nose, so that the other side of it is just coming out, like the little white bit is just the end of his nostril. Yeah, TMI, eh? TMI. I can get it. I can imagine. So what I've been feeling is, if I look old and you know, I've been freaking out about my age, you know, 34, my god. And yeah, just and now I go through little bouts of it, like thinking, Jesus, I'm too old, I'm looking too old. And then people tell me, like yesterday, coming back from Berlin in this car with two supposed XX chromosomed human species type people, and me in the car. I told them I'm intersex and making the drive, because they started to talk about men and women, you know, or about men even, because they realised, they probably thought I was gay. You see, I was wearing my jacket again, the frilly jacket. They probably thought I was gay and thought it was fine to talk about men in such a shitty way, which I agreed with them, by the way, you know, it's the man point. But I just reminded them that it's not just women and men, that there are other people. And I said it actually in a way that I said it, I forget exactly how I said it, but I ended up making them think that I was a transsexual. Yeah, I probably said there's more than just men and women, there's transsexuals. And they look at me like, oh Jesus man, oh God Christ, God, were you a woman like us? And then I said, I'm not a transsexual, I'm intersex. And I didn't go into huge detail on intersex, but I went into a bit of detail on the fact that would you call a real man somebody who doesn't produce enough testosterone? And I know all you XXYs out there who do consider yourselves to be fully male or XXY, whatever, you don't like these sorts of comments and where I go in my mind, You're lucky it's only in mine, man, that I'm not president of the world. Of course, most of you will be laughing at that statement, I know. But I might become president of the world, you never know. Life is life is a progress. And, some of us are here to progress and some of us are here to digress. And I'm here, of course, to progress. But of course in Gav time, as I've pointed out quite recently to another XXY who has continually over the time period of knowing this person has just been so fucking impatient, and I don't want to work with people who have problems working with people, which is probably going to be the whole XXY community really, and the whole just because you have problems working with people doesn't mean that you can't work with people. There's all sorts of dynamics to it. Anyway, sometimes it's just good to look into the little stirrings of your coffee cup or teacup and look at the little swirling movements, smell the aroma of the coffee, and that could be life, instead of trying to talk to people, getting through to people, I'm not succeeding. I know that many people were put off my channel, many people, not just because of being put off by other people contacting them to say that Gavin's not to stay away from them, blah blah, but also from my days back in XXYtalk.com. There's a lot of XXYs in the world that don't trust me, and I've never really delved into the thoughts of that too much, but the more I think about it nowadays, I'm like, God, yeah, I bet you they had a wild bitching session about me, taking excerpts only from my posts and showing me to have such a wacky, untrustable character. I can imagine, because I know there's a lot of stick that I do get, but I tend to generally ignore it. People do like to stab me virtually a lot, and they generally don't like to thank me virtually a lot either, for any of the good that they get. So I like to work and be with people who are more conscious with themselves, and this is not any dig, by the way, I'm talking about in general to people here, by the way, but I do like to work with people who are just more versatile. I am a difficult person because I don't fit a stereotypical role of a typical or any type of human being in the catalogue of human beings. You won't find me in the catalogue of human beings. There aren't too many me's around. In fact, there's probably only one. And I would say that to every other human being nearly, that none of you really, if you really to analyse and take you as a spirit being or whatever you want to take it as, you couldn't yourselves fit equally into one of these stereotype model, perfect type models of a human being, because we're all bloody different, I'd really like to encourage a bit more XXYs getting on YouTube, at least in the comments section, and I'd like there to be an airing of why certain XXYs don't trust me, and really tell me more concrete information of examples of where I really truly did give out private information, because that sort of kind of slander stuff that has been going around XXY forums for at least 3 years is bullshit. You know, I actually don't give out private information on a snide way, or in a snide way, or an evil way, or I don't actually give out private information. You see, I can't say I'd never give out private information. I can't say that. No, sometimes private information does come out, but it's not intentional. And it's certainly not to fuck the person over that gave me the private information in the first place. That is never, ever in my intention. You know, so we need a few things clear. And then forget about president of the world, but I wouldn't mind being president of the XXYs in the world. Because I think I have what it takes to be a good listener and a good advisor and a good organizer and a good idea maker for what we really need to throttle ourselves into a good future. Because at this moment of time it's very slow. It has been for years.